Hello guys, so OINP has released its new program Ontario Workforce Priority Stream. It's been replaced by the 8th stream before. Now there are 3 streams. The one is for the foreign worker who is working in tier 0, 1 to 3. The other one is for the foreign worker who is working in tier 4 and 5, and the third one is for the self-employed physician. Okay, so there are many requirements for the foreign worker to be eligible for a OINP, such as work experience. They have to have a language proficiency exam, education, legal status in Canada, and intention to live and work in Ontario. So first of all, this work starts from the employer side. Employer has to create an OINP employer portal, and after that they have to issue a job offer. So they have to input all the information of their business as well as the job offer ID. And so once they do that, they receive the job offer ID, which is the mandatory requirement to create an expression of interest from the foreign worker or applicant side, right? So for that there are minimum requirements you have to meet to be eligible for OINP, such as work experience. If you are working or if you have a job offer in tier 0, 1 to 3, then you need to have at least 6 months of consecutive. It means you have to have a straight, there shouldn't be any break in the work experience within the last 12 months. And if you are a recent Ontario graduate, means if you have graduated from an Ontario college certificate, diploma or degree in Ontario, then you just need a 3 months of consecutive paid work experience in the last 3 years. Last 12 months, and at least 2 years of cumulative paid full-time work experience. Cumulative basically means it hasn't to be straight. If there is a break in the employment, still it considers valid, okay, but it should be within last 5 years, okay. And if you talk about the job offer category tier 4 or 5, then you need to have at least 9 months of cumulative. It means that it shouldn't be consecutive. Cumulative basically means if there is a break. For example, if you're working in 3 months for the same employer and for the same position, and if you're not working for the next 6 months and again you start, then still the 9 months in total is eligible under tier category 4 and 5. And as you know, if you are working in a regulated occupation such as welder, plumber, or any other trades which requires license, then you need to have a license from the federal or provincial government to be eligible under OINP. And there are language requirement. It depends on the tier category which you have a job offer in. For example, if you have a tier category 0, 1 to 3 job offer, then you need to have a CLB 6, and they have given exception to the skilled trade people. You need to have a CLB 5 if you are working in the skilled trade occupations. Doesn't matter if you are in tier 0, 1 to 3, you just need a CLB 5. And if you are and if you talk about the language test results, then the OINP accepts 3 language proficiency exams: IELTS, CELP, and the PTE code. If you are speaking French, then you need to give TEF or TCF Canada. If you talk about education, tier category 0, 1 to 3 needs to have a 1 year of post-secondary certificate, diploma or degree, okay. And there are some exceptions for the people who are in healthcare, such as nurse aide or a registered nurse. They have some exceptions in the job offer requirements. So easy hai if you have an education outside Canada. If you have education, for example, if you have 12th or a graduate certificate or a degree diploma from outside Canada, then you can use this educational and credential assessment report from these institutions, which is like most common is World Education Services. And legal status, for example, if you are in Canada, then you need to have a visitor record, study permit or work permit. And if you are in a maintained status, this is very important. For example, if you graduated from the college in Ontario and if you have applied for the work permit or PGWP, still you are eligible to apply for OINP after 3 months of work experience. And this is the ties to the province. Like if you have studied in Ontario, if you are leased or you're owning a property, if you're visiting, if you have any friends, family or close relative in Ontario, then this is the ties to Ontario province. So if we talk about the employer requirements, right, so there are 3 main requirements employer has to fulfill. The first is it should be a continuous business in the last 3 years. So it means that it should be an active running business in the last 3 years before submitting the application.